The Dominican Republic is the most visited country in the Caribbean with over 10 million travelers visiting annually. It has become the heart of Caribbean travel, where the sound of life blends with the movement of people from every corner of the world who come searching for beaches, rhythm, and culture that feel genuine and alive. Located on the island of Hispaniola, which it shares with Haiti, the Dominican Republic sits between the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea, giving it a coastline that seems endless and a variety of landscapes that surprise even repeat visitors. From the calm Caribbean waters of the south to the stronger Atlantic waves of the north, the island stretches with mountains, valleys, rainforests, and fertile farmlands that make it one of the most naturally diverse places in the entire region. Travelers arriving here quickly understand why it attracts millions each year, because it offers more than a vacation, it offers a sense of belonging that stays with you long after you leave. The capital, Santo Domingo, is a living museum that tells the story of where the New World began, with colonial buildings that still stand firm after centuries and narrow cobblestone streets that remind visitors how deep the island's history runs. Yet this same city bursts with modern energy, tall buildings, vibrant nightlife, and restaurants serving local dishes that combine Spanish, African, and native Taino influences. The mix of old and new gives the Dominican Republic a balance that few islands have managed to keep. Visitors can spend a morning walking through history in the colonial zone and by afternoon be sitting in a beach cafe listening to live bachata, a music born on this very island and now known worldwide. The ease with which the island combines tradition and progress gives travelers a real sense of cultural depth while still offering all the comfort of modern tourism. What also keeps travelers coming in such large numbers is how affordable the Dominican Republic remains compared to other Caribbean destinations. Flights, accommodations, and local food are often priced far below what one would pay in neighboring islands like Barbados or the Bahamas, and yet the quality remains high. A visitor can enjoy beachfront stays, guided excursions, and hearty local meals without draining their savings. This accessibility has opened the doors for a wider range of travelers, from backpackers and digital nomads to families and honeymooners. Many visitors say they are surprised by how far their budget stretches here, and this affordability has become a cornerstone of the island's tourism boom. When you realize that you can enjoy world-class beaches, scenic drives, and fine dining at prices far lower than expected, it becomes clear why so many first-time visitors turn into regulars. Beyond price, the people of the Dominican Republic leave a lasting impression that statistics cannot measure.
Good. Gonna left, rice, bean, chicken. Come and see.
Okay.
Come on.
They are known for being open, expressive, and welcoming. It is common for strangers to greet each other in the streets, and even in busy towns, there is a friendliness that feels sincere. Tourists often speak about the spontaneous kindness they encounter, a taxi driver giving tips on local attractions, a vendor smiling while helping with a translation, or a family inviting visitors to join a community event. This warmth creates the comfort that keeps people coming back year after year. In a world where many destinations can feel commercialized, the Dominican Republic maintains a genuine sense of hospitality that never feels forced. It is the kind of human connection that turns a simple trip into a memorable life experience. Then come the beaches, which are the first reason many people book their flights here. Punta Cana is perhaps the most famous, with soft white sand that runs for kilometers and resorts that make relaxation effortless. But beyond Punta Cana, the island offers lesser-known gems like Playa Rincón in Samana, where green hills meet turquoise water, or Bahía de las Aguilas in the far southwest, a protected stretch that feels untouched and pure. Each coast tells a different story, the north with its surfing towns, the east with luxury resorts, the south with quiet fishing villages, and the west with natural isolation that feels almost secret. The water's color changes depending on the coast, from deep blue to light emerald, reminding travelers that this island truly sits at the meeting point of two great seas. This variety makes it easy for anyone to find a perfect spot, whether they seek social energy or calm solitude. Still, the Dominican Republic is far more than sand and sea. Its interior landscape surprises visitors who imagine the Caribbean as flat. The Cordillera Central mountain range rises in the middle of the island, reaching heights over 3,000 meters at Pico Duarte, the highest peak in the Caribbean. Around these mountains are coffee farms, pine forests, and cool valleys where mornings can feel refreshing rather than hot. Adventure travelers come here to hike, bike, and explore waterfalls like El Limon and the famous 27 waterfalls of Dama Jagua, where nature feels both powerful and inviting. These experiences reveal a completely different face of the island, one that few expect when they first hear Caribbean vacation. This blend of beaches and mountains is a major reason the country keeps breaking visitor records. The climate adds to the charm, warm year-round, with slight variations that keep each region unique. The coastal areas are humid and tropical, while the mountains enjoy cooler evenings perfect for relaxing after daytime adventures. This weather consistency gives travelers confidence to plan trips at any time of year, and tourism flows steadily through all seasons. Even during the rainy months, showers are often brief and followed by sunshine, leaving landscapes greener and fresher. For travelers from colder countries, this reliability feels like a guarantee of escape from long winters, which further explains the steady rise in international arrivals. Food plays a central role in understanding the soul of the Dominican Republic. The national dish, La Bandera Dominicana, meaning the Dominican flag, brings together rice, beans, and meat, simple ingredients that represent unity and balance. Street vendors serve fried plantains, empanadas, and pastelitos, while local restaurants offer stews, fresh seafood, and tropical fruits that taste different when eaten under Caribbean sun. Meals are social events rather than quick stops, often shared among family and friends. Visitors who eat local quickly learn that food here is not only about flavor but about community. Every bite connects to tradition, and it is through these everyday dishes that travelers understand how history and culture mix on the island. The music and dance culture here deserves recognition for shaping the entire Caribbean identity. Merengue and bachata were both born in the Dominican Republic and have grown into symbols of national pride. These rhythms can be heard in bars, public squares, and even at beach gatherings, not as staged shows but as part of daily life. Locals dance with ease, often inviting travelers to join, breaking any barriers between cultures. This rhythm gives the country a heartbeat that visitors feel rather than just hear. It is this living culture, proud, expressive, and joyful, that helps the island stand apart from other tropical destinations where entertainment feels imported rather than homegrown. For travelers seeking history and heritage, the island holds many firsts. Santo Domingo was the first permanent European settlement in the Americas, home to the first cathedral, the first paved street, and the first university in the New World. Walking through the colonial zone feels like moving through centuries, yet beyond the old walls, a modern metropolis thrives. This contrast between heritage and development shows how the country respects its past while building for its future. Museums, plazas, and historical buildings are well maintained, and guides take pride in telling their stories accurately. For anyone interested in how the Caribbean shaped global history, this island is an open textbook. Another strength of the Dominican Republic is its infrastructure for tourism. With international airports in multiple cities, modern highways, and a range of accommodations, travel here is smoother than in many neighboring islands. From luxury all-inclusive resorts to small eco-lodges, options fit every taste. The Tourism Board has invested heavily in improving access to rural areas, ensuring that even natural attractions deep inland are reachable by car. This has opened economic opportunities for local communities and given travelers safer, more comfortable experiences. With such steady progress, the Dominican Republic has set an example for sustainable tourism in the region. Despite being a major tourist hub, the island continues to protect parts of its natural environment. Several national parks preserve rainforests, coastal lagoons, and coral reefs. Efforts to educate both locals and visitors about conservation are growing, and ecotourism is becoming a larger part of the travel market. Many resorts now promote recycling, beach cleanups, and energy efficiency. This commitment ensures that the beauty attracting millions remains preserved for future generations. Travelers increasingly appreciate destinations that care for their environment, and this responsible approach strengthens the Dominican Republic's reputation globally. Safety is another reason for the island's growing popularity. While every destination requires common sense, the Dominican Republic's main tourist areas remain stable and welcoming. Local authorities work closely with the tourism industry to keep key zones secure, and community policing has improved the sense of trust. Visitors often describe feeling at ease walking through towns or beaches even at night. Combined with the friendly nature of locals, this creates a comfortable environment for solo travelers, couples, and families alike. The sense of safety is a quiet but crucial factor behind the island's consistent growth in tourism numbers. Economically, tourism has become the backbone of the Dominican Republic's success. The industry employs hundreds of thousands of locals and contributes billions to national income. With more than 10 million visitors annually, hotels, transport, and restaurants thrive, fueling the broader economy. Yet, unlike many destinations that depend too heavily on foreign investors, the Dominican Republic has made efforts to keep local participation strong. Small businesses, family-run guest houses, and local tour companies form an important part of the experience. This balance helps the country grow without losing its authenticity, ensuring that the benefits of tourism reach more than just the resort zones. Then there's the sense of community that defines Dominican life. Family ties are strong, neighbors support each other, and public celebrations bring everyone together. Festivals, baseball games, and Sunday gatherings show a society that values connection. Travelers who stay long enough often find themselves drawn into this rhythm, where time slows down and priorities shift toward joy, togetherness, and gratitude. This social warmth may not appear in travel brochures, but it's what makes visitors feel at home. You leave with photos of beaches, yes, but the memory that stays is the friendliness that surrounds you from day one. The Dominican Republic also benefits from its strategic location in the Caribbean. It sits close to major air routes from North America, Central America, and Europe, making flights shorter and more affordable. This easy access attracts a mix of travelers, Americans, Canadians, Europeans, and Latin Americans, each finding their own reason to return. The diversity of visitors adds cultural exchange and business opportunities, keeping the tourism sector vibrant and competitive. Its proximity to the US particularly contributes to the high visitor numbers, as short direct flights make it an appealing year-round escape. When travelers talk about value for money, the Dominican Republic consistently ranks high. Surveys and international travel data show that average spending per trip here delivers more experiences than almost any other island in the region. Whether it's exploring historical sites, enjoying guided nature tours, or relaxing in high-quality resorts, visitors feel they receive exceptional worth. This strong reputation continues to attract repeat travelers who want quality without overpaying. In many ways, affordability is the foundation that allows the country's culture and natural beauty to shine without exclusivity. In recent years, the government has focused on sustainable tourism growth rather than sheer volume. Projects in infrastructure, community tourism, and environmental care aim to protect resources while welcoming more visitors responsibly. The 10 million visitor milestone demonstrates what careful planning and investment can achieve. While other destinations struggle with over-tourism, the Dominican Republic manages to distribute travelers across various regions, preventing excessive strain on one area. This balance of expansion and preservation stands as an example to other Caribbean nations aiming for similar success. Every island has its own identity, but the Dominican Republic manages to blend all aspects of the Caribbean into one destination: beaches like the Bahamas, mountains like Jamaica, historical towns like Cuba, and hospitality as warm as any island in the region. It gives travelers a complete experience without compromise. This versatility explains why the country's tourism appeal continues to grow faster than ever. For first-time visitors, it's a pleasant surprise. For returning ones, it's a second home waiting with open arms. When evening falls on the island, the energy softens but never fades. Beachfront restaurants fill with laughter, musicians play under soft lights, and waves roll in steady rhythm. The Dominican Republic at night feels alive but peaceful, reminding travelers that joy here doesn't need noise, it needs presence. The calm after sunset gives time to reflect on what the island represents: resilience, culture, and beauty shared freely with the world. Travelers who have been across the Caribbean often say the Dominican Republic feels like a complete story, not just a chapter. From sunrise hikes in the mountains to sunset walks on the coast, every day feels full yet relaxed. The infrastructure, friendliness, and affordability remove the usual travel worries, allowing space to appreciate the moment. It is this easy balance that keeps the visitor count rising past 10 million and beyond. As planes take off from Punta Cana or Santo Domingo, passengers look down on an island that manages to be both vast and intimate, familiar yet always new. What they leave with is more than souvenirs, it's a memory of connection, a feeling that this land of rhythm, warmth, and natural wonder deserves its place as the most visited country in the Caribbean. The Dominican Republic doesn't compete with its neighbors, it simply leads by example, showing how a nation can share its soul with the world and still keep it whole.